Game breaker type of talent, and obviously the stats speak for themselves with Artemi, and he's had two of his first seasons in the NHL, both over 30 goals and 75 points, and first team All-Star and Rookie of the Year and so forth. So, he's a first-line talent, and he's a guy that can put the games away in the big moments, and has that special talent that we're looking for.
How long have you been talking to Chicago about this?
I actually started just a little while ago, and we weren't really looking to move Brandon Saad. He's been a good player for us and a big part of our team. So this came up in the last few days and moved along quickly. I think that this is one of those trades that both teams have a need for a little bit of a change, and fits both of our needs perfectly.
Saad put up terrific numbers, really strong numbers for 2 seasons here. But there was always seemed to be a feeling that he wasn't quite totally comfortable here. Did you sense that?
I can't speak for his behalf. You'll have to ask him. But he was a good soldier for us and a good professional. He handled himself well in that regard, and like you said, he put up good numbers for us and was a good, especially good 5-on-5 player, which we will miss. But we'll also get a real good power play player in Artemi Panarin, and power plays are the important part of special teams in general, are an important part of putting tight games away. We all know that when it gets real tight, especially in the playoffs, power play has a huge importance in success. And Artemi Panarin is one of the best power play players there is in the NHL.
His obviously not very big, but dynamic type of score. How does he kind of accommodate for kind of his lack of size?
We're not worried about his lack of size at all. He's got a lot of courage for a guy who's not the biggest guy. But the one thing that we've noticed in the NHL in the past years, couple years, it's getting faster and faster. And like you said, this is a dynamic player who's got tremendous speed and quickness, and that one-on-one ability to create odd man situations and just create, with his individual skill, to create time and space and scoring opportunities. So the dynamic's probably the best way to describe him. He's a guy that to get 75 points in this league 2 years in a row, as your first 2 years in the league, is a tremendous accomplishment. And we feel that as a 25-year-old, he's still got a lot of room to improve and get better. And I think he's 26 now. I don't know. I can't remember exactly when his birthday. It was 91 birthday, or birth year. But he's got a lot of room to grow still. He's just getting to the prime of his career in the next few years here.
He's a different player. Can you just contrast his game and Saad's game?
Well, I was saying here that Saad's a strong 5-on-5 player. His statistics are very strong 5-on-5, whereas Panarin is a strong 5-on-5 player, but also a great power play player. And I think the production difference comes from the power play ability with Panarin, where Saad's been a pretty consistent 50 to 55 point scorer in this league, and Panarin's a 75-point guy. And I think the biggest difference is the ability to play in the power play. Those are important. The special teams, power play in particular, they want to win tight games. You need power play skill and power play ability, and not too many better than Artemi Panarin.